What's going on YouTube? It's Gan and Mo. In today's video, we're going to be answering the old age question. Should you pay off debt or invest? And we're going to give you the easy solution, so stick around.
The answer depends on who you ask. Theories about balancing investing and paying off debt has been going on forever. Now, financial experts are actually divided when it comes to this particular topic. Some say pay off your debt immediately before you start doing anything else. And they justify that by saying that this will lead to less stress and a higher buffer for emergencies down the line. Other people will say, look at the different rates of return. If you have a higher interest credit debt, then you're better off paying that off. If your investment possible returns are higher, then you're better off investing. And other people are just emotionally so overburdened by having debt and they can't sleep at night, so the right answer for them is to pay off that debt.
So it is the easy solution. Well, stick around till the end. But let's establish some ground principles before we really dive into it. Number one, regardless of whether you want to pay off debt or invest first, you have to establish a cash cushion, an emergency fund. And that's putting 3 to 6 months into either a checking account or a high interest bearing savings account, which we always recommend. Something that's low volatility, high liquid, something that you can easily access just in case of emergency. Even Mr. Ramsey suggests putting $1,000 into an emergency fund before you even start paying off that debt. That way you have that money in case of, well, an emergency arises.
And you guys all know emergencies do happen. Look at what we're going through right now. Now that you have that cash cushion in place, spend the next couple of days looking at your budget. I know it's difficult to come up with a budget as a healthcare professional, but it's a necessary evil. That way you're able to eliminate all those expenses that you don't need in your life. And next, try to knock down those debts. Try to list all your debts in one place. Put them on an Excel spreadsheet and categorize them by what type of debt they are. Whether it's a credit card debt, whether it's an automobile debt, or a student loan debt. That way you're able to look at them by the interest rates or by the principal balances. And what we recommend is always paying off the ones with the highest interest rate first or the ones with the smallest balances, so you're able to feel like you're actually making progress when it comes to that debt.
Now, if you choose to attack your debt first, remember, not all debt is created equally. For instance, there's consumer debt, like credit card debt, which typically carries a very high interest rate, like 18 to 23%. There's no need to pay $1 on that interest. So pay off your credit card bill the day that it's due. Don't wait a day longer. And there's other types of debt, like student loan debt and mortgages, which may be lesser priority for you to pay off and actually provide value in the long term because it's an investment at the end of the day.
Anytime that you make a decision to pay off debt, you are guaranteeing yourself that percentage rate of return. And as a healthcare professional, you typically have a lot of disposable income. And if you are oversaddled and overburdened by debt, then that decision is made for you. Liberate yourself and pay off that debt as fast as possible and set yourself up for financial success.
Now let's pivot on to investing first. What makes this question so difficult to answer for most healthcare professionals, whether you should invest or pay off debt? Well, it's that human element, that risk tolerance for investing. And that's composed of your age, your income, and your horizon to retirement. It's the ability and willingness for you to weather a downturn in your investment choices. And we're going to make it really simple for you. The younger you are, the more aggressive you should be with your investment strategies. And the older you are, the more conservative you should be with your investment strategies because you cannot weather a downturn in your investment in such a short amount of time.
So let's simplify this even further and let's illustrate it with attaching some numbers to show you how truly simple this really is. So if you have an investment that is giving you a 10% yield and you have a debt at a 5%, then you're better off prioritizing investments because you're going to be making a higher return of approximately 5%. And let's say you have an investment that is giving you a 5% return and you have a debt at a 10%, then you're better off prioritizing paying off that debt because you're going to be able to make a 5% higher return just by paying off that debt.
Now let's dive into this even further, but keep it simple. Now as healthcare professionals, we hear the term debt to income ratio a lot, and that may be another clue whether you should be paying off debt or investing first. So let's break this down. If your debt to income ratio is less than 1, meaning that your debt is $250,000 but your annual income is $300,000, then you should prioritize investing. Now, if your debt to income ratio is greater than 1.5, meaning that your debt is $450,000 but your annual income is $300,000, well then you should be prioritizing paying off that debt and putting investing on the back burner for the time being.
We laid out a lot of information to help you answer that old age question, whether it's best to pay off debt or invest. But the true answer is, don't overcomplicate it. Just pick one, whether it's investing or paying off debt. As long as you stick to one, you're going to be reaching that financial success. But share with us. Let us know what you're currently doing. Are you investing? Are you paying off debt? Or doing a combination of both?
We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to gingerly tap that like button, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.